such initiatives that we have done. So while government is visible, think tanks are visible, industry is very seldom visible in their role in shaping up Indian policy, and over Karan's role in various assignments across companies, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's IBM, and thereafter Google. We've had the privilege of working closely with him and sharing some dreams. I also recall I had met Karan, as I mentioned, in 2004. He was in Microsoft then. There was this hotel called Eros in Nehru Place. It had a hole in the wall kind of a coffee shop. And Karan and me were sitting and having coffee, and we were dreaming dreams. I was also much younger then. Uh, and we were talking, if we succeed and this e-governance does well, which car are we going to buy? And and Karan's choice was a BMW and mine was Mercedes. And several years later, we did realize those dreams along with India's digital dream. So not only did Digital India work, it also made the economic lot of people like us who were working towards it somewhat better than where we were also coming not from a very great background. So for us, owning a BMW or Mercedes was aspirational. And of course, Karan has gone much beyond that. He has been ably guiding CII. He joined uh, Google in the middle of the pandemic. I think he was hired without a face-to-face interview, physically meeting anyone. He outperformed without physically meeting anyone. He met his sales targets and exceeds them like several times over without ever going for a meeting physically. And he got promoted without ever going to office physically. And I think he is now going to be in Singapore to uh, to join as Asia Pacific head, probably a first for an Indian to do so. Somebody from India operations heading a company as large as Google at the Asia Pacific level in such a short time frame. So the speed and scale of Karan's operations. So Karan, I compliment you on all of that. We have little citations for you, which Gurcharan is going to play, and we'll move forward from there. So what?
Thank you, sir.
Man with the Midas touch, who creates legacies and marches on to scale newer heights. A legend in the Indian IT industry, Karan Bajwa, had a humble beginning, but was quick to step up the corporate ladder. Innovation and out of the box thinking have been his hallmarks that have immensely benefited corporations where he worked: Cisco, Microsoft, IBM, Google India, and now Google Asia Pacific. He has advanced the digital transformation journey of India by propelling such large organizations and expanded the partner community with ease. A unique quality that helped him even beat the disruptions of 2020, converting them into opportunities. He is a believer in product led innovations and has encouraged adoption of technologies for SMEs in India. Karan's dream is to see India emerge as SaaS capital of the world, SMEs being the major beneficiaries.
So Karan, it is an honor and a privilege for me on behalf of Scotch Group and our awards committee to confer this Scotch Challenger Award as Corporate Leader of the Year on you. Congratulations. And I'm sure this is not your last award. You have a long journey ahead. And who better than Mr. R. Chandrasekhar, who's also had this ringside view and is one of our earlier on Scotch Challenger awardees for his contributions to e-governance in India and several other contributions thereafter. May I invite Dr. Mr. R. Chandrasekhar to say a few words for Karan? You're on mute, Mr. Chandrasekhar. You have to unmute yourself.
Thanks, Samir. First of all,
Let me say it's a pleasure to be here amidst old friends and also to see Karan at the threshold of his new enlarged, bigger role on this very happy occasion. Uh, so first and foremost, it's really good to see Karan being recognized for the enormous contribution that he has made over the years. And I think if you just heard Samir, then the companies, the multinational companies with which Karan has been associated over the years, IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, Google. It's the, practically every one of the top companies. And that is really a phenomenal accomplishment. But more than just being on those companies, I think having been myself very closely associated with the whole digital journey of India over the years, I know that Karan has been an astute observer, participant, and driver of this entire digital journey over the years. The last 2 decades, in fact, have been phenomenal for India, and he has played a very, very significant role in that. I think because of his perception and because of his understanding of technology, of these companies, and of India's own needs, he was actually extremely effective at two ends. One is, visualizing and envisioning how technology could improve India, and equally how companies, the large companies like the ones he has worked with, could actually create a win-win proposition. There is no doubt that both India and these companies have benefited enormously from synergy that was built up. And I have no hesitation in saying that this kind of a synergy would not have been possible without people like Karan. And Karan has been at the forefront. And today, as his not only digital India has progressed, but as the presence of these companies has increased, their footprint has increased, his own career has also skyrocketed, naturally so. Uh, and I think he has, in a sense, been following the technology, so where technology is headed. So it's entirely, in keeping with this that he is was heading Google Cloud in India, which is actually, one of the futuristic directions that technology has taken, and now moving on to a role which embraces the whole region and not just India. So Karan is a person now with the head in the clouds, but I think quite with his feet, as always, firmly planted on the ground. So obviously, for a person with the head in the clouds and the feet on the ground, it must be a very tall personality, which is what Karan is. And it's always been a pleasure to hear his views and thoughts. And I'm so glad that such a towering personality in the sector is being recognized today by Scotch. Congratulations, Karan. So well deserved. And I have only one small comment. We just heard Samir talking about how you had done so many phenomenal things without ever having actually met anyone or without having actually physically done anything. I only hope that you will take on this new expanded role from Singapore without ever going there and remain in India, so that we will continue to have the benefit of your presence. So once again, congratulations, Karan. What an amazing journey it has been. And, I'm sure, I'm confident that others would also echo what I'm saying, that this journey is only halfway done as far as you are concerned, and look forward to many, many more things in the future. So all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chandrasekhar. And Karan, I'm happy to inform you that this is, while the announcement of the award has just been made, the award will be physically handed over to you that is physically conferred on you by Dr. Vivek Dev Roy, Chairman, Economic Advisory Council, Prime Minister of India, in a very small gathering tomorrow evening, and we look forward to hosting you for that. And with that, may I ask you to accept the award?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chandrasekhar, Sameer, and Scotch. As I talk to you this morning, there's literally a movie that plays in my head about the last 16 years of the journey of India's digitization, of which all of us have been a part of and learned from and gained from. I had the opportunity to come back to India in 2004, and those were the days I remember. In the earlier avatar, the national e-governance policy was just about getting off the ground, and one of the architects, Mr. Chandrasekhar, is amongst us today. So it's an honor, sir, to be hearing from you. Really, I've worked with you over the last 16 plus years, learned from you, been inspired by you, and how you have navigated this complexity in a very very complex environment. So it's a privilege, getting this from you and hearing from you. Um, from those days, 2004, 5 to now, we've all come a very long way. As a country, we've come a very long way. If we reflect back on how we thought about the national e-governance policy, what we could achieve, and where we are today. And equally so, professionally, all of us, and personally, we've all come a very long way. And I believe I owe a lot of it to our country, this amazing place, India, which wraps in immense opportunities that it has, in spite of the very huge diversity and differences that we see every single day. The sanity that exists amongst the many contradictions that this country has, and the ability to innovate with a very minimalist mindset. I think our country is the world's best learning ground. You cannot think of anything better which can present to you scale, openness, capability, and a yearn to really be better every single day in that sense. I'm reminded of a very wonderful book by one of my mentors, and I know he could not be here today. I've always been inspired by him, Ravi Venkateshan. He wrote a book called Conquering the Chaos, and it spoke about winning in India and winning everywhere. And it is so true. This country teaches us how to win in the midst of every single adversity, and how do you achieve success in the midst of all the chaos that exists. And that is the opportunity. I want to thank everyone, everyone who's been a part of the journey together. Um, I could not have achieved anything without all the people in the companies that I've worked for, all the people in the extended ecosystem that I've worked with, all of the people who mentored me, who supported me in this journey. Nothing would have been possible without all of you, and I would fail if I don't acknowledge the support that I got from my family, the ever unstinting support in the middle of my mad ways of working and achieving whatever I could do. They've been always with me, supporting me. As I reflect back, 2020 has been absolutely amazing year. It has taken a lot from all of us. I'm sure you can all personalize this. It has taken a lot from us in many, many ways, but it's also given a lot to us. It's given a lot to us in terms of a learning opportunity of a lifetime, possibly a century, many lifetimes, a century plus. And it's just been an amazing journey over the last 365 days. I just wish everyone the very best, and I hope the best is yet to come for everyone. Thank you very much, and I humbly accept the award, Sameer and Scotch, and thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.